Ex-prisoners, what's the most traumatizing thing you've ever seen inside prison? When I first got to prison, I made a friend called Mike. He was in for life after killing a man who tried to grape his 8-year-old niece. He was already inside for 5 or 6 years when we met, and we talked every day. Mike was one of the most genuine people I'd met in that place. Someone who didn't belong in the same category as most of the guys locked up there. One day, he came to me visibly upset. He said he needed to talk. His voice was shaking, and when we sat down, he told me his wife was leaving him. She said she wasn't going to bring their daughter to visit anymore. I'd never seen him cry before, but that day he broke down. He told me he didn't know how he could go on without seeing his little girl. I didn't know what to say, so I just sat with him, told him maybe things would change, and tried to reassure him as best as I could. The rest of the day seemed normal, but that night, everything fell apart. Mike woke me up crying. I got up to talk to him, thinking he just needed to vent again, but this time it was different. He looked me in the eye and said he didn't want to live anymore. He thanked me for being his friend, but said he was glad I was awake because he didn't want to be alone. Panic hit me like a wave. I started slamming the panic button in our cell and screaming for a guard, but no one came. I begged him to stop as he broke a piece of the mirror off the wall. He wrapped his face in his blanket like a mask, and I didn't understand what he was doing until it was too late. He took the piece of glass and started cutting his neck. I cried and begged for him to stop, but he didn't listen. The room was dark, but I could smell the blood. He then took a matchbox, lit himself on fire, and said, "If you ever meet my daughter, can you please tell her I love her more than anything in the world?" The cell filled with smoke, and the alarms finally went off. The medics rushed in, but it was too late. They couldn't save him. I was able to run into his wife at the grocery store 8 years after that happened, when his daughter was all grown up. I told her that her daddy loved her more than anything.